Any word on anybody?
Yes, we have received an application. Mariah Wagner.
All right.
Myself.
Yeah. She'd be good. She'd be good. She asked a lot of questions, but
That's okay.
One application.
Yep.
yeah.
Better than what we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking online, I totally spaced out that we had a meeting tonight till I drove home from work. And so I went on site to make sure we did have a meeting, and there's a lot of seats available
Yeah.
Oh,
on
within the
different
town?
committees.
Within the
Yeah,
town.
the library's got a ton. I mean,
I guess I'll call the meeting to order. Do you have, I guess I'll do a roll call. The first side is election of officers, but I think do we do that before we do anything?
Do that first, and then whoever's.
Right, then they call the meeting to order.
Yep.
Okay, so,
well, yeah.
Nominate anyone? Position of chair?
I nominate Brett for chance.
I feel that was coming. I'm happy to continue to do it. I was looking, I am
I
the,
guess we need a second on that. Do we need a second on that?
I'll second that.
Okay. I guess, all in favor? All in favor?
I don't know if I think I can vote. I know I shouldn't vote.
So how many meetings do you have?
I was gonna say, I've been the lowest term, so I don't mind doing it, because I don't know, I'm 27, I'm done, so I don't know what date, do you know what date that is?
June? It's always in June.
It's always in
June
June.
usually. Mine just came
So
up.
I've got a year, I got one more year. Okay.
Perfect.
That's all right. You'll be back. Oh, yeah.
How about that?
Come on, you love us.
I've been on this, I've been in a long, I think.
Yeah, you would be here before me.
Yeah.
This is my third time.
So,
So we do vice chair?
So, vice chair.
Yeah.
I know.
I make a motion that Bethany, yeah.
A second.
second. All in favor? All right, so, now we don't do, I guess we don't do anything, just those two. Yeah, okay. So now I will call the meeting to order. And roll call, we have here present this evening, Brett Witham, Beth Gott, Stephen Scott, Renee Hodgson. We have one vacant position.
So when do the selectmen vote on that?
July 7th?
Oh,
6th.
So next, for your next meeting.
Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda, or does anyone have any issues with the agenda?
I move that we adopted agenda as presented.
Second motion.
Second, you have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda as presented. Any discussion, hearing none, all in favor? Minutes of May 26th. Did anybody have any issues with minutes from May 26th?
I read through them and I think they're all right, so I will move that we adopt or pass the planning board minutes of May 26, 2026 as written.
And I will second that.
Have a motion and a second to accept the minutes as written for the meeting of Tuesday, May 26th, 2026. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? All right. Now we get to our activity. All right, I mean, how do you want to, I guess it is the first item on the,
Yeah, I think, this is just sort of an explanation of kind of helping me understand what the board thinks of when they think of light commercial or, limited commercial, since we have that definition, and I've heard that there are certain things people don't think are appropriate, so, I don't care about spending a whole bunch of time on policy questions and things like that, but I thought we could talk about, we don't have to do this, but this was just one way to organize things. Just thinking about what's permitted, what could be considered conditional use, so it kind of has a higher threshold, you have to meet some additional things in order to be approved for that. And then just uses that are just too intensive that wouldn't be allowed. So, I came up with, just some different types of uses, services, retail, trades, and thought you could go through those with me and kind of talk about what you think is appropriate and what you think isn't appropriate. I think that would help guide me on, what the town really wants to see as light commercial and limited commercial.
Okay. So there's light and limited, I guess I missed, is there light and
We
limited?
use it in two different places. I think it's in the purpose of residential business.
Huh.
It's another place. We don't define either one, so it's kind of not open for interpretation.
This is in the Lilo, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, so. Limited commercial.
Yeah.
It feels like limited commercial and light commercial are should be kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same type of medium, we just have used it two different ways. The purpose of the residential business zone is to preserve the integrity of the residential uses while allowing for maritime related and light commercial activity. And then in the commercial fishery maritime, we say non-maritime limited commercial uses.
Yeah, I see limited commercial. It's really, on page 9, I guess, of the, whatever on our website. November 4th, 2025. Is that the most recent?
5/12/26.
Great. I'll just use what's on our website.
What date's on there?
November 4th, 25. But in the resource protection shoreline zone, it has the concept of limited commercial. It's capitalized too, to suggest it's defined. Let's see where else it uses that. Oh yeah, and then it's used in another place where it's not capped. The residential. Oh, so it's the residential. The residential business zone. This is where that's light commercial. No capitalized. So, and then limited commercial is used again, non-maritime limited commercial, non-maritime, let's see, commercial fishery maritime activity zone, land, non-maritime limited commercial. So limited and light, huh? Industrial, we have industrial, right? Let's see, industrial.
I thought we went over the industrial thing with the cell towers. We talked-
Is that a defined term, industrial?
Well, I thought we changed it.
It is.
Industrial. Okay, assembling, so this is what we know is not limited commercial, according to our rules right now. It is not the assembling, fabrication, finishing, manufacturing, packaging, or processing of goods or the extraction of minerals. So it's not manufacturing. And it's not mining or like drilling for oil or something. That's industrial. Yeah, and then even below that, it says it has industrial use for manufacturing, mining, or chemical process, use in the operation of factories, processing plants, or similar sites. Okay, so clearly that's that would be heavy commercial or industrial. So that's the high side.
We do allow that in residential business.
What?
Yeah.
Industrial?
If you look at the table, it has. It's not three different districts.
God. That feels low. Commercial and industrial use is prohibited. All right, hold on. RB zone. Predominantly residential, but may contain some maritime related commercial and industrial activity. It's weird they don't capitalize. I'm so used to when you define a term, you capitalize the term in the text. Industrial activity. Man, that's kind of crazy, I think.
I think. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. How did that, like, how'd that happen?
Residential business zone.
Someone proposes it.
Exactly.
And then you say, whoa.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
how
whoa.
did we get so stuck on light commercial with a campground if industrial was here? We must be missing something here.
I think
Well, like,
it's-
is that this, because we get the site plan? Is the site plan different?
I think somebody got into the purpose of the residential business zone and said the purpose of that zone is light commercial.
Okay, where's that? Is that
It's, something 14 in mind.
14?
Yeah.
Standard general zone structures.
I see the argument was that was not light commercial, that was heavy
The
commercial.
purpose, well, allow for maritime.
What's the?
So that's, to me, that's an inconsistency in our,
Right.
just right in the code. Because you've got the purpose of the RB zone right on page, that's 12 a month or whatever. And then you've got above that, you've got, where is it above? Where did I just see that? Zone criteria, where it says zone criteria.
Yeah.
Maritime related, oh, okay, some maritime related
Commercial and industrial activity.
commercial and industrial activity. So maybe, you know, well, it's like the tuna, it's like the cannery, right?
Right.
So maybe that's, or other commercial activity. Okay, other commercial, so that would be the non-maritime related. So I think what's going on there, and I jumped to conclusion, but I think the industrial is connected to maritime. So you can have a fish processing plant, which that makes sense to me, I guess.
It doesn't say maritime.
Well,
Oh, yeah, you've got to do it, yeah.
may contain certain maritime related commercial.
Oh, okay, yeah, so mine has a comma, okay.
It does.
Yeah, this is an old one, yeah, okay.
In the new table of contents of the.
I know, then you got the table,
5/12/2026,
yeah.
We need some pages. Numbers on it.
Pages out. All right, I'll write that down.
Just where we can quickly, you know, go back to,
Commercial industrial use is prohibited, yeah. Won't be prohibited. Industrial. It's fascinating that we define industrial, but we do, I guess it's commercial, because people, I guess, you know, it's kind of one of those things people figure out, you'll see, because you also have home, is it home occupation is the other one, right? That's the other, okay, so you've got industrial on the high end, home occupation professionals is customer conducted in residence, full-time.
Well, I will say that this table appears to have been copied straight out of shoreline zoning, at least the format, so I'm assuming that's why we have some of these odd things in here, like industrial, because it follows that same sequence.
Okay.
1 and 2 family, multifamily, commercial, industrial. So I think somebody just said, oh,
It's the same thing.
they already did it, so let's just plug it into our ordinance and decide where we
Yeah.
want it, so.
And I thought before that when we went through the whole, solar thing, that the industrial was like if we had a farm and we decided that.
Right.
That was the word, that would, when we were talking about solar, yes, we used the word industrial. That
Industrial.
was one of the words that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so home occupation is basically a home office or a little kind of pie shack. We see like breads and cookies, and I love it says fishing flies. People tying flies in quotes. So you got that, and then you've got industrial, and then you got everything in between. We're trying to figure out. I don't know. It's like so. What? Okay. So what is our exercise here? What do we do?
So, if we could just go through some of these uses, and if there's something that you think is absolutely not appropriate for Tremont,
Yep.
then let's mark it as that's too intensive, and we need to write this in a way that we don't see any of those things, Walmarts and,
Right.
you know,
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, to me, it's got to be kind of compatible with mostly compatible with residential / the character of a working harbor. That's kind of what I
Right.
kind of think about. And like the campground was kind of a close call, but the reality is, you don't see. It's not like a campground isn't serviced by like 18-wheeler trucks every day to bring product in. There's not, it's people in their vehicles. You can't even tell from the road most of the time that there's anything there.
you know, if you consider impacts like traffic, the noise, lights, those sorts of things.
That's right.
Are those impacts too much?
Yes. So we should go through then and see here. And we
I'm
go,
not gonna hold you to it, but at least it just gives me an idea of what you envision, because, I sat here and thought, well, I think somebody said they didn't want to see a gas station, without a gas station. And,
Right.
we have some pretty big boat yards, and
Right.
is there a gas station in an RB zone? Is that in an RB zone? I don't know.
It's
It's-
industrial, yeah.
Okay, so it's RB, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably, to me, that would be the high end of what would be,
Yeah,
right, that would be the,
Pink is
Pink?
residential business, which is probably most of,
I can't imagine doing any more gas stations over here.
you say that, but I never know. But yeah, even, auto repair shops, when are those too much?
Yeah, I kind of think that should be conditional going forward.
Yeah, so these are kind of grouped, offices and services, and then sort of food uses, and then some of those bigger things, contractor and trade uses, automobiles, lodging.
When you say conditional, is that like, needs approval or?
It would still need approval, it's not necessarily permitted if you meet all the standards, it's got more standards that you have to meet that give you the option to say this is not appropriate in the district. Like right now, just saying something is an allowed use means as long as they check all the boxes, they can do it. The conditional is a little bit more of a threshold and says,
Conditional would mean like packing area or stuff like that.
well, or just something that's more intensive than,
Well, a dental office or medical would be more,
Well, yeah, medical dental, I'm thinking would be a more of a
you have to have special
Conditional.
things.
thing, I would think. I don't know.
maybe, certain size uses, certain restaurant sizes are allowed.
Yeah.
But when you get to, or stores, if your store is over 10,000 square feet, that's a conditional use.
Contractor yard with a equipment, we've already got excavation company.
Steve, I think a good example would be like a gas station would be a permitted use, but then a car wash would be a conditional use, cause it's more,
Okay,
more
okay.
intense,
Okay.
or too intensive.
I've seen two.
Yeah, for big, but it's like one step up from the other properties.
So this is what Claude says. Light commercial use and zoning refers to low-intensity business activities that generate minimal traffic, noise, and environmental impact, typically compatible with nearby residential areas. Common characteristics: small-scale retail, boutiques, pharmacies, bakeries, personal services, salons, dry cleaners, tailors, professional offices, medical, legal, financial, small restaurants or cafes, often without drive-throughs, banks and financial service branches, repair shops for small goods, watches and electronics. Key distinction factors from general heavy commercial: hours of operation, typically limited to daytime, early evening, traffic volume, low customer turnover, no large delivery trucks, building scale, smaller footprints, often 1 or 2 stories, noise, odor, minimal externalities affecting neighbors, signage typically restricted to modest sizes, parking requirements, low ratios in general commercial zones. That's what Claude says. Which is basically
Yeah.
Claude's this AI thing we have. That's
Oh.
a problem.
Well, I kind of like that. I mean, it makes sense.
Well, it's, I mean,
Low traffic.
it's basically,
Regular hours. You know.
yeah, I mean, it's basically was in here.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see much on here, I guess, for conditional. I guess I had convenience stores, drive-through business, large restaurant, bar. Most of the auto repair stuff is conditional, lodging conditional, and then indoor storage, self-storage, outdoor. Then I had 2 intents like warehouse, distribution, manufacturing, junkyard. I've got a few of those kind of already, but.
I have a lot of 2 intents.
Too intense.
Oh, did you?
I did.
I did for junkyards, too
I
intense.
had all those last 4,
I
and they were
think
too
by state
intensive.
statute, we have to allow them, but it doesn't mean you can't regulate where.
Where.
A junkyard?
Yeah.
We have to allow a junkyard?
I don't think you can regulate junkyards.
Can we
Do you want these, you
determine
want
the
these, right?
size?
Yeah, or if you wanna just tell me what you, I'm most interested in, what do you think is too intense?
The junkyard, I wrote junkyard was too intense.
I think warehouse, distribution, manufacturing, because that's industrial, I think.
I said all 4 of them too intensive.
Outdoor storage? I had that as conditional, but yeah, I get it, because it can become a blight, like what do you store?
Right.
That's why
I had that as intense.
Intense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it
I
as
think it's
conditional.
vague, I mean, yeah, what's going on?
Manufacturing intense, junkyard intense.
I also had small hotel.
Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Intense.
It's too intense?
Yeah.
That was conditional.
I wrote conditional.
Airbnb, small hotel, mixed use, that is conditional.
There's certain things we can certainly limit by size.
I mean, don't we already
So can we
allow?
limit the size of a junkyard?
Like,
The number of vehicles they have in the yard?
I'd have to look
Yeah.
at that, because that's all regulated by the state statute, statute. But, I mean, certain uses, you could say restaurants can't exceed 2,000 square feet. That's the one, whatever you
Right.
pick. I just wanna be careful with that, because we have so many uses now that require
Right.
really large buildings. that
Right.
don't count.
Cold storage,
Right.
that's
so-
inside storage.
Yeah, I just want to be careful about certain sizes.
I wrote conditional on a lot that could be too intensive, but
What do we feel about hotels in general? Like, forget small for a second, but
Too intense.
too intense?
was there another place for a hotel other than the small one?
No, just small, then just. I think a hotel is different than a B&B or.
It is.
cottages or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's really, because when you say hotel, I think of like, I don't think of it, I don't think of an inn, I think of like something that looks like
Right.
a commercial building, that just doesn't, it's not,
That's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah.
I just don't think it aligns with the characteristics.
See it because you don't have the infrastructure here for
We do
something
not.
like that, but better to just say, no,
No.
right, you really don't want it. Admin offices, all those,
Yeah.
sort of, like, you know,
Yeah.
under a certain size would be appropriate.
Right.
You could write an ordinance section that says you can't have drop-up windows.
Yeah.
I didn't have banks on here. Did anybody think about banks?
We got enough banks around, we don't need
We
any.
don't need a bank.
Are you out to ATMs and, you know?
Are there any drive-up windows around here? No?
Probably not too many, not gonna do it now.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
Bank,
it-
little
it-
bank.
No, only in Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest has two.
Two, yeah. That's plenty. They can have them.
Yeah,
No package stores?
No drive-up windows.
No drive-up windows, I don't
Okay.
think.
What's the one?
Those are big down south, you can
Yeah,
just drive
yeah,
in.
oh, yeah.
They're kinda nice, actually.
a package store in every corner.
That's right.
What's a package store?
It's like,
beer,
it's like a
beer.
drive-through, like, you know,
Alcohol.
convenience store. Oh, yeah, they got other stuff in that.
Yeah, cigarettes and all
It's like a drive-through, you know, like
Not that I would
like
know.
Hanson,
Yeah.
except there's like, you drive through the store and you just tell them what you want, and then
You give it to
you give it to you and drive off.
Okay.
What about contractor and trade uses? What's your feelings? We have a lot of those types of uses.
Well,
Has
my,
some conditional and some.
I put conditional on the last three.
there was that.
On where?
Contractors and trade uses, like contractor yards with equipment.
Yeah, I put 2 and 10.
I did too.
We're,
That's what
we're
I
trying to
put
clean
next
up
door.
our yard since we bought the business, so, in landscaping businesses, I mean,
Man, it's so funny. I had permitted on everything.
I-
Because
I
I
had
just feel like
conditional
that's
on
how,
the
you know, if we
last
didn't have
three.
that, you wouldn't have year-round, you wouldn't
Oh, I
have
know,
people
I know.
year-round here.
I know.
I know, but I don't want it next door to me.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Contractor,
no,
but you
just
got
think-
office
I'm just
only,
thinking
small
I'm
work
just thinking
shop,
noise.
electrician, plumber shop,
Yeah,
You know.
that's fine.
contractor yard with equipment, it's, I assume it's their property. So, I mean, how can you, what are you gonna say? Like, you can't, like, I don't know how you say to someone, you can't have a piece of equipment on their property. Business yard, landscaping, excavation company, yeah, I just didn't see how we would ever be able to
enforce anything.
enforce it.
Right.
Like, I don't know
Yeah,
how
I mean,
you,
if you, I mean, conditional use would be good because you can add additional performance standards. So you could say, these are the limited hours, these are, you know, the maximum building size, this is, you know, you can put more limits on it if you want. And that might be a good way to allow some of these things that, you know, we don't want to say we don't
No.
have, but we want to control how big they are and what their impacts are to neighbors.
okay.
And, you know, I'll play around with some.
I think
size.
conditional would takes care of a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the others are pretty obvious. I don't wanna make this overly complicated either, but I don't wanna have something come that we weren't expecting that we have no control over.
No chain stores. You know, Dunkin' Donuts or,
No Dollar
It's just
General.
never gonna be enough
I hate Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
business down here for anyone to do that. Just not.
No. No.
I like dollar stores everywhere.
Yeah, and I worry about that.
Middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. But it's usually in a kind of a poor area, like a low income area.
I just think the off-season and where we are here, it just kind of tamps things down.
Yeah.
There's just no,
Kind of at the end.
we're at the end of the line down
Right.
here, you know, there's not a lot
Well,
of.
usually, like when you go to Ellsworth, to Walmart, you go out to your dinners, you get your coffee, you get your,
Right.
you make it
Right, you do it all there.
all there, and then come home.
Right.
And I think everybody around here is kind of used to doing it that
Yeah.
way.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
and
okay with
honestly,
that.
I think the convenience stores is almost a thing of the past.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Jen can go to Walmart and buy things cheaper at Walmart than she can get at cost to sell at Gusto.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I can believe that. They just buy in such quantity that, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you look at the stores and the closed because of internet, I mean, you know, it's just,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I still
I
think
wish,
that.
I wish there was a different store other than Walmart, I can tell you that. Rennie's used to be pretty good, but man, they've gotten pricey, so.
Well, so's Walmart. I mean, you're almost better to go to like Hannaford and Shaw's to get.
Yeah.
I always went to Hannaford to buy produce. No, it was the other way around, to buy meat, and then Charles always had the best produce,
Yeah.
vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
And then after a while it flipped, but I just go to Hannaford and, no, me neither. And I even hate to go to Walmart.
I never go to Walmart.
Okay, well, that gives me a little direction.
Something to chew on a little
I'm
bit.
gonna work on it a little bit, yeah. I thought that was the easy one. Okay. The other one was just living shorelines, we talked about that briefly. Just giving people the option to use natural materials instead of, hard armoring their shorelines when they rip wrap. So I just added language that all shoreline stabilization activities shall be designed to minimize adverse impacts, including loss of vegetation, habitat, and soil erosion, while preserving natural shoreline features. The use of nature-based shoreline stabilization techniques to living shorelines in place of structural approaches is encouraged. And I had two options for what we can define living shoreline as. I've seen them both used. Neither one is more important than the other to me.
The first one.
I like the first one too.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not a requirement. but
Right,
it's-
most of them have to get DEP approval.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess they're starting to see more of this in other areas, southern Maine, but just trying to be proactive and encourage people to think differently, but sure.
Well, if someone has a question on how do they do it, they can look it up.
So I don't really need anything on that, I just kinda wanted to show you what I come up with. I don't expect to do anything more because there's no, the state's not even using anything right now for this, so.
Okay.
I don't have anything to show you for site plan ordinance or board of appeals, I'm still working on them, just big ordinances. I'll bring those once I get a little further along. Cross the smaller ones off the list first.
Anything else? Any updates? Do we have any like applications pending or anything, or like what's going on with the lawsuit over there? Is that still kind of, we don't know, it's still
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Okay.
I
Alright.
think, the campground is gonna be coming back for some modifications.
Which one?
That way.
Yeah, no,
Oh, Kelly Town.
what's you had?
Kellytown?
Oh, Kellytown, oh, they're coming back,
So
Okay.
they've made some field changes and there are some other changes I think would work better, so.
That looks like a new driveway.
Okay. Set date for the new meeting? Next meeting, Brad?
Yes.
July 14th, is that what it's on?
Yeah, I can make a motion.
July 14th, yeah.
Schedule the next meeting, Tuesday, July 14th, 2026, 6 p.m. in the County County Room, if it is necessary.
I missed that.
It's not the same.
Do we have a second? Motion and second to set the next meeting for July 14th, 6 PM here in the Harvey Kelly Meeting Room, if necessary. Any discussion on, hearing none, all in favor? Motion adjourned.
Make a motion, we have.
Second, all in favor? All right, thank you.